Hello everyone! I want to show you one of my listening room right here, and I'm going to move this away and move that chair away and move another chair back there for me to sit so I can talk to you. So this is the listening room. I have done some testing yesterday, and what I did was having two power amp, two preamps, a DA converter, a CD player, and a streamer, two pairs of speakers. As you can see, there's two pairs of speakers. There's a tall speaker here, and then there's also a stand mount speaker. And to do some combination listening, what I want to find out was what is the combination that's best for integrated separate system. But then I turn out discover something that's very important that we probably know, but not a lot of people have done extensive listening to find out the combination. Last video I have mentioned about after a certain point of audio light, mostly after a certain point upgrade, you can't upgrade anymore. You can't just keep upgrading, and it's turning to difference. In this case, in a system upgrade point of view, you can upgrade a certain component, like a preamp. You can upgrade a preamp, but after you upgrade a preamp, that's great. So you're thinking about, can I do more on the preamp? Yeah, you can do more, but what about the rest of the system? If the rest of the system is not matching the preamp, either in a performance level, let's simplify it as a performance level, or synergy. Synergy is more important than performance level. Like synergy is like matching, but it's more difficult to quantify the synergy. But performance level is probably easier to quantify, because let's say the preamp from 5 to 6 or 5 to 7, then if the power amp stay at 2, it has to be at least pull out to about 4 to 5 maybe. DA converter, same thing, and I have a streamer there, the same thing. Speaker, one of the most important components is in audio is the speaker. I admit it, but it's not necessarily speaker itself. It's the matching in the interaction between speaker and the room. If your room is too small or too big, you can have a speaker that is too big for the room or too small for the room, and that's another video later today, probably after this one. But backtrack to what I'm trying to say is, when I was listening, I seldom sit down and listen more than a few minutes and actually enjoy the music. I do enjoy the music, but as soon as I sat down in a chair, within 5 minutes, I started thinking about what can I do to make it better. And I have two way to improve my system. Most of the time, I'm actually improve within the component. Like look into the power amp and say, can I change the wire here? Can I change the capacitor there? But every time I change something, I have to make sure that changed is matched to the existing component. Or I gotta prepare to change the other one too. Now I use the word change, not upgrade, because when you change something, it's not necessarily upgrade. Change for change's sake. There's a lot of people do that because they want to try different equipment. That's okay. That's their game. But when I change things, I want to make sure it's upgrade, up the performance. And upping the performance, there's a lot of different definition of it. Somebody wanted softer, somebody wanted more authoritative, and somebody this and this. But when I do my upgrade, I want to make sure that I can enjoy more music, and I don't do analysis like, oh, is the high better, the mid is more prominent, and the bass is more strong or something. I usually just sit down and listen to music and see how I sleep after the whole night. If I can sleep well, great. The system working. Now the system working, not that component. I will go back and quantify that component, but the system is working if I can sleep well. If I don't sleep well, something's wrong. Then I go back to drawing board. Now I have two ways to upgrade my system. I can upgrade a component within the component itself, but most audiophile can upgrade by changing component, changing cable, changing interconnect, changing this and that, and let's not even get into tweak, and that's another topic. Changing components. So if you, like back in the first example on my video earlier, upgrade the preamp. Okay, we have multiple jacks on preamp and power amp for upgrade, so let's stick with preamp. Like the C312, this has 2 jacks for upgrade. Each jack you can add a cap pack into it, but if you add 1 cap pack into it, yes, you can definitely hear the upgrade. But if you add the same amount of cap pack into the second jack, are you going to hear the same amount of upgrade as the first jack? No, definitely not. You spend the same amount of money, not getting the same amount of upgrade. So that's when we have to stop and think about what and where do you spend the money is more effective. Don't spend on another cap pack. You can buy another power and buy another speaker. You don't have to buy from me. But before you spend the same amount of money to buy the second cap pack, buy something else. Unless you prepare to go for like 10 times as big as a cap pack. But when you go for 10 times as big as a cap pack and get about 2 or 3 times the performance, that's money spent somewhere else would have better effect. Well, I put the jack in there just to cause that conversation, isn't it? Yeah, but I still put the jack in there for you to think about the upgrade. But then when you prepare to do the upgrade, you got to think about this. What else can you do to make it match the preamp? The preamp is already really good. You might think your DA converter is great, your power amp is great, your speaker is great. Now again, the speaker is something that you might not want to touch all the time because it's matching with the room that's so good. Stay with that. But the electronics, you can probably do a lot. For power amp, that's the second most important thing to me. That's the second most important thing of reacting the room because it is converting electrical signal to mechanical signal, or electrical energy to mechanical energy, which is a speaker, which is a mechanical energy, moving mechanical part from the electrical signal. So that is the second line of interaction between the room, and then before the power amp is all electrical. So there are other components you gotta think about before you put a second cap pack into that preamp. I'm using that preamp because that particular preamp, C312, has 2 extra jacks for capacitor. That's also make people start to think like, well, I'm gonna put something to fill in that jack. Yep, makes sense. It does, but it doesn't. You gotta look at the whole system before you think about filling that second jack with another cap pack. Now, talking about extra jack. I make this. Ooh, can I put it closer? Yep, I should put it closer. I plug here, go into the cap pack jack, and an extra jack here. I make up to like about 5 or 6. Now for my own purpose is actually design. So testing, design. For you, it's plug in and enjoy the music. So I have this, so I can plug into a power amp like this and plug extra cap pack jack. Long wire, worst case scenario, that's what I do because I have to test worst case scenario to make sure the performance do what I expected, and then if I cut the wire short, it can only go better, not worse. So that's what I do when I do most of my listening. And when it comes to upgrade, you really have to think about the whole picture, not just a component. You can upgrade one component to whatever level you want, but if the rest of the system is not matching or performance level matching, that's including synergy. Synergy is the sound characteristic matching of each component. Then you gotta start to ask yourself, what do you like about that piece of component that you want to upgrade more? Sometimes it's the other way. What about the component you like the least? Then you might have to replace it. So it's not a black and white question, and it's difficult to answer by put another cat pack in there, how much more can I get? Because how much more can you get is also depends on the rest of the system. It is sort of like the strongest is the weakest link, weakest part of the link. Not really quite, but yeah. So it's almost like the opposite of that. So when you think about that, you have already upgraded something on the like my preamp and power amps, also extra jack for capacitor pack. You already upgrade once. Stop. Think about the rest of the system. Does it match? If you do another upgrade, how much farther can you get? Because the rest of the system is not up to there. So that's a lot of question after this video, I know. So, but it's something that you gotta think about. I don't want you to spend money on something that you find out that it's not worth it. But just like last time, I'll put the video link on the description for the last video. After a certain point of upgrade, you can't do it anymore. So something has to change, or it's only change after a certain upgrade. But in this case, it's half and half. So that's a lot of discussion, not something that we can easily done in a one-way video that I might actually have to listen to what you tell me. So put your comments in the comment section, and I will try to answer as many as possible. Only as many as possible. Sometimes I miss. So until later, next time, stay safe. I'll come back soon. Bye.